Is that you, Keelan? That's hot. That's right. Bow down. Bow down. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to the Legend of Vox Machina. We're on season 2, episode 5, which is called Pass Through Fire. Sorry. So the last episode, we saw the team finally get their hands on the first vestige, which was a suit of armor, and it has been gifted to my man Vax. And the reason it was given to him was because he accidentally struck a deal with the lady, the matron, who is the person who was the keeper of the armor, I suppose. And he unwillingly did this. He didn't really realize that was the deal he was making. But he's gotten the armor, but it's and it comes with some really good perks like super speed, and it looks like it also protects him and heals him. But it looks like the matron also possibly has some plans for Vax. We saw a moment where we see like a thread that was connected between him and his sister, and it was cut. I'm not sure what that means, but I have a feeling that I have some ideas that maybe this means that there's going to be other things for Vax in the future that the matron might require. But for now, they've got one of the vestiges, and it's definitely going to help them in their huge quest against these dragons that they still have to do. They also ended up going to battle against the 2 members of the, what's it called again? The Take, because they, of course, were trying to get the armor back. That did not go well because the monster that one of the Take members released was something that even they couldn't control. But thankfully, in the end, they managed to pull it out. Well, really, Vax managed to pull it out after he won the armor's respect, I guess. And once they were all free, we see that the 2 members of the Take decided to back off and not continue to interfere with them, and also gave them a little trinket that can suck different things into it and keep it trapped in another dimension until they need it. So that's become a nice little place for Trinket. Trinket to be in there. Trinkets in the trinket. And so that's where she's going to be for now on. So that's where our team ended. They're going to have to move on to the next vestige, or to the Sphinx. I can't remember if they saw the Sphinx or not last episode. But either way, it's time for the next part of the chain quest. So I'm very much ready to get into it and see what's going to happen. So let's start the episode. But just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be notified of when I upload this show in particular, or anything else, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And please show some love to this video and comment. You guys are so good with giving me those comments and that background information. I appreciate it very, very much. All right, out of the way, let's get into the episode right now.
Do you hear it?
The wind?
Your power.
Mom, are you trying to set me on fire?
Wind, fire,
Earth.
And the earth and water.
Do you remember? Sorry. Okay, Avatar.
Ow!
Yeah, that's still hot.
here. See?
Okay, you're a demon.
It
Okay.
doesn't hurt you?
Only if you let it.
Somehow I don't think that would work if I stuck my hand inside a furnace, you know?
You only have to listen.
What in the child abandonment's going on here? Her home looks beautiful. I would have never left. They would have had to push me out as a corpse.
Caleb! Something wrong?
No. Nothing.
Sure.
It was one of the last places my mom was seen alive on her Armente.
Ah.
Oh, Keyleth, I'm so sorry.
So she never came back.
Maybe we should go.
I'd like to, but the people of Taldore are depending on us.
Oh, if it was your mom, you'd go. Him and that bloody beard are still a thing.
Yes.
Oh God, he can't talk to it.
Could you ever be full?
No.
Grog, are you talking to your dookie?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sure, yeah. Poop accompaniment. It's what I've been training for my whole life.
You don't think that's weird? I don't like that Grog is hiding it. That's the first step to evil.
Blood of your enemies feeds me. Their strength becomes yours. That is our exchange.
No, it's never an exchange.
All that matters is... Oh, sorry.
Not the sword, actually sighing like I was saying something profound. And you dare flatulate. Oh, God, not her again. Where? Okay, this is new. Where it is now? So is this cloak giving him visions? Or is this something that he used to have before? Oh! You okay, bro?
Want me to take over?
No, rest. I just need to stretch my legs.
They're only a few days into this quest, and look at the fact that they're already starting to splinter off. You'd think they get closer after what happened to Percy.
Come off.
We're on the fucking road.
Wow, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, she's a tough one. I'm surprised Pike's not picking up on this sword. Of all people. But maybe it's because the sword is magic and Pike's not magic. She's holy power.
Mind taking a peek at this?
Ah, right. The flying broom.
I've all land here. Whoa.
Told you.
Shit!
Quidditch is on.
How about this? I'll tell you the magic word for a favor.
What favor?
And weren't y'all mocking him for grabbing
Yeah,
that broom?
That's the thing. I'm not gonna tell you. You just gotta trust me.
Oh, no. With Scanlan, that's a hell no.
Oh, woo! Vex, you are missing out. You'd really have
How
to.
long does that last?
I swear to the gods I will restring your loot with your own pubic hairs!
We don't have.
I don't think they're that long.
The volcano is supposed to be dormant.
Guess not.
Yeah, well, it's not.
Excuse me, that was his.
Vex.
Yikes. She said, I'm going by myself. I don't need your permission, actually.
All of Taldore is in danger. We can't detour every time we see someone in trouble.
Can't you, though?
This isn't just
You need
someone in
help.
trouble. It's her people.
Ira.
What's going on here? Are those baby dragons?
We need help.
Dad?
Keyleth!
Wow, okay, so.
The rift to the fire plane was torn open.
By who?
It was a dragon. He laid waste to our people.
So you could have been a problem.
If we can't find a way to close the rift soon, the fire dominion will consume ours and remain open forever.
Great, well, the dragons just love this whole fiery decor, huh?
How do we close the rift?
Yeah.
By
Can we?
controlling the flames themselves.
But I'm not a firebender. I'm an airbender.
You've been on your Aramente. Your mastery of fire must be far beyond ours.
When you say mastery,
No freaking way, Keyleth!
who this?
Kima? Allura?
Can y'all catch up later? We got things to do.
You guys are dead.
We're very much alive. Where's the rest of your team?
Okay, so that's the mage that protected the royal family, right?
You know what you fight fire with? Fire?
Yeah.
Me.
Oh. Well, these look like the sword might actually work.
Scanlan, word, please.
Just say yes to that favor and it's all yours.
You better do it.
If we fetch your friends, can you buy us some time?
I mean, we can certainly try.
The way she has zero faith in herself. Come on, Keyleth. Rude.
Well, I'm trying, but none of these guys got bloody insides.
What was that, buddy?
I just love me some blueberry pie.
Yeah, smooth.
Wait, what?
Allura fucking Visorin!
That's right. That is her name.
In Amon, we saw Allura saved us.
I'm glad to hear it.
She whisked us away at the last second. Nearly shat my armor.
We knew How did you even know it was him?
Because we are the reason he escaped.
Why? Huh?
Kima and I battled Thordak with a group not unlike yours.
Oh. So she used to be. Okay, that makes more sense about why she's so badass.
And decided to bind him to it. Like an arcane tether, it pulled Thordak into the fire plane.
Okay. That's why Thordak's so pissed. Got it. Yep, I think I'd hate all humans too if that happened to me. I need more context. Why were you fighting the dragon? No. I feel like that's no. Yeah. It was a valiant attempt.
Careful.
Oh god. Is Keyleth gonna lose her dad, guys? I don't like this. I get
You
it.
got no blood. Then find me some.
Or what? Grog, ready. Come on. Daddy!
I got him! I'm sorry, Dad.
It's not on you, sweetheart. This was a lot.
Little flower, listen.
She in the wind? Is this her spirit? What's happening? Yeah, you need to take this thing down because it hurt your daddy. That's, It's personal now. And you're gonna listen to me.
Caleb, what are you doing?
Don't distract her. Shush, shush, shush. You got a job to do.
I was made to pass through fire.
That's right. Your mama told you. Let them know who's actually the boss here. Wow, this place looks warm. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Only if you let it. Come on.
Only if I let
There we go. Center it up, girl. You got this. Okay, she's in her firebender era. You better let them know you're the Avatar. Get out of my way, she said. Is that you, Caleb? That's hot. That's right. Bow down. Bow down. She said, not only am I the ruler of this plane, it's now my bitch. Y'all need to cool down. It's too hot in here. Keyleth did that. She did by herself. Thank you. She didn't need your help, but we appreciate it.
No.
She's fine. I feel it in my heart. Yeah, the wind's still here. She's good. She's like, just kidding. I'm still here. Just want to make sure y'all would miss me.
I thought.
I'm okay, Dad.
Yes, you are.
From this day forward, you have the blessing of Pyra.
Yay!
The
Good
water
job.
and earth trials await you on your Aramente.
She's gonna be an Avatar by the end of this, guys.
Thordak escaped with aid from someone posing as one of our own.
Mm-hmm.
You sure you trust those around you?
Oh, well, I don't think it was any of them. Could it have been Brimscythe?
I couldn't have asked for better companions for my dear Caleb.
Oh, I think that says right there that that's your new father-in-law, right? Yeah? Blessing?
Especially that one.
Mm-hmm. Daddy's like, I like this. Let's make it happen. I've already chosen him.
Whole city just bugged out when the dragon showed up. Elves. Skittish bunch of bastards.
Wow. In earshot.
I accept your terms. I hereby owe you one favor.
Good to know.
Ah! Oh, come on! Oh.
Rude. But she loves you. Or he. Sorry. Right? The boys lift their legs to pee. Really? In a time like this, y'all are still being terrible?
And the herd will keep paying tribute. For now. For always. Nations will quake.
Yes, we get it. You're so strong. Everyone's gonna die. Mm-hmm.
You care to hear what I have to say?
Who's this now? Oh, that's Ripley, right? And she is definitely greedy enough. She's greedy enough to help the dragons. She would do that. I can see that in her soul. She doesn't really have a whole love for humanity and stuff, you know, especially how she happily tortured children. All right, guys. Well, that was a very cool episode. We got a character level up. My girl Keyleth now has one part of her Aramente done. I have a better idea of what this Aramente is now. I really didn't get it because I feel like in season 1 they didn't talk too much about what that actually meant. I knew it was definitely a quest, that she had objectives to make, but I wasn't sure what that was. And now that I know, I get it. Looks like each of these elves are divided up into elemental claves or tribes. And I'm sorry, I'm going to use Avatar as a reference because it feels very familiar, right? 4 major elements, and she was born into the air tribe, and that's why I guess her powers are probably strongest. Her mom said that is her power. So I don't know if that's the case, though. I'm just guessing at this point, but I'm thinking that air, at least it's the most familiar. Maybe I'm not going to say it's her strongest, but anyway, excuse me, dry throat. So it looks like she needs to go to each of these different tribes, and wherever she goes to them, she learns or masters that element. So I guess that makes sense as to why she was having such a hard time sparking her fire and things like that last season. It makes more sense because I was like, how hard is it for her to, or why is it so hard for her, I should say, to spark up a little flame versus a big flame or whatever the case may be. But now I understand that she hadn't trained for it. And I guess if she'd gone through things normally, she probably would have spent time with these people for a while and learned how to do this more succinctly. But trial by fire is definitely the case here. She got pushed into it, and you know how it goes. Sometimes you need to be shoved into a situation or pushed off the ledge, as it were, to see if you can fly. And that's what ended up happening. Our girl Keyleth got literally shoved into the fire, and she was really not believing in herself, which we already know since season 1 is something that she struggled with, her self-esteem around her abilities. But when her father got hurt and it looked like if they didn't do something, she was going to lose him, and it looks like she lost her mother, maybe, or she's missing. I think that's what I got, is that she's been missing for years. But anyway, when you're down to one parent, the one that you have left is definitely going to be far more important to you. So we see that she decided to push through the fear, and she went in there and she made that fire plane her biatch. And not only did she do that, she ended up closing that rift all by herself. And we saw how many of them are trying to close it for how long. So I like that. I think we're getting a little insight into just how powerful Keyleth actually is. Hopefully she'll start to understand that and apply it more to the skills that she has now, because she's going to need it. You can't go up against these dragons half-assed, that's for sure. So it was really cool to see more and understand more of what her journey is supposed to be about and what's left of it. She now has 2 of those elements down. She's got 2 more to go. So I don't know if we're going to get through them in this season, but hey, still having 2 elements is a great way to go. Although I'm not so sure if fighting a dragon with fire is going to be helpful, because I feel like most of them are probably fireproof. But let's just wait and see. We'll see what happens. But outside of that, we see that Grog is still hiding the fact that his sword is talking to him, and now they're having conversations. So I'm not really liking this. It's definitely becoming a relationship, and I don't want it to become symbiotic. I mean, this is basically what I picked up from the sword, is that the relationship, the partnership, the exchange, it becomes symbiotic after a while. And for now, it's just saying it wants Grog to feed it, but it's been leaving it kind of up to Grog to do that. And it gives Grog, I guess, extra berserker powers in exchange for having the blood. And we saw Grog ask, like, do you ever get full? And there was no answer to that question. And I think we already know intrinsically what it is. But up until now, I think that Grog's kind of been, how do I put it? It's been very much Grog choosing to listen to it. But then we see that in the middle of that battle, when Grog was killing all those dragon thingies with his sword, and these were not living things, so it wasn't giving him anything. The sword finally kept saying, I'm hungry. And he's like, well, what do you want me to do about it? And he's like, find something with blood. And it points at Pike. And you see it takes Grog a second to recognize what it's doing. And again, I'm not sure if that's because he wasn't realizing what it was pointing at, or that he actually kind of lost control of himself for a second and then realized what was happening and stopped it. But the point is, this relationship's getting dangerous, and it's only going to be so long, I think, before the sword is going to start to do what it needs to do to get fed. And so anyway, we see that Grog is lying about it, though he's hiding it from his team members, which means he knows that something wrong is up here. And as I said, after what happened last season, you think he'd be a little bit less eager to do this, but you know, I guess everybody has to have their angst of the season. So this is going to be Grog's, clearly, between getting his butt kicked in that arena and now this. I guess it's just going to have to be what he's going to have to work through. But hopefully he doesn't end up accidentally hurting somebody, well, you know, before he figures out that he needs help with this thing or to get rid of it. Something that dangerous, I don't even know where you send it, because you can't just leave it around, right? So anyway, and then I think the last thing that we had was Vax. Vax is having visions that I think are associated with this vestige. He still doesn't understand exactly what's going on with it. He can't get it off. It looks like it's literally a part of him now, and I don't know if that's going to be forever or if he's going to have to figure out how to take it off at some point. But I guess it would be, yeah, because that's what happened last episode, right? The last owner had to like give it up to him. It was fighting him, I guess, for whether or not it was given to him. So my guess is it's soulbound now. So yeah, it's soulbound, and we're seeing that Vax is getting a lot of visions that he didn't necessarily want to have and he can't seem to control. So he's not telling anyone about that either, but it looks like Keyleth has picked up on the fact that something is up with him, but just not sure exactly how long it's going to take for her to talk to him about it and figure it out. And the last little tidbit that we got this episode was that the mage, the royal mage, she did survive the attack, and it looks like she also saved the royal family. So thankfully they weren't wiped out. I'm like, I wouldn't put it past the show to take out kids, but it'd be super sad if that happened. But yeah, they're alive, and it looks like maybe they must have sent off the flying ship as a distraction so the dragons believed they were gone. That's the only thing I can think of. But either way, they're alive, thankfully, and it looks like they're hidden someplace. And now they said they're going to be heading off to Whitestone to go and check on the people who are survivors from the city as well. And yeah, it's good to know that they've got that firepower. And we also got a little backstory on her too, that mage, she was a battle mage at one point. So that definitely explains why she's such a badass and why she didn't flinch in the presence of Vox Machina very much back in season 1 when she first met them. So yeah, lots of good stuff in this episode. A lot of information, but also, like I said, it was great to see Keyleth level up. And like I said, I'm really hoping this is going to help her with her esteem around her powers and feeling more capable. Oh, and also I just have to comment on how cute it was that her dad totally likes Vags. My girl turned him down and daddy's like, I don't know. I feel like this could be a thing. I'm feeling son-in-law here. I'm thinking it could happen, but we'll have to see. I do think that those two are long game. It feels like they're setting them up for long game. But anyways, I thought that was super cute. So yeah, another great episode. Love it. Ready to keep on going with this journey and seeing if we're ready to get on to the next vestige. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I will see you in the next one.